Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, friends. It was like 90 degrees 3 days ago, and today it's a chilly 50. So adventure does indeed await. Happy to see you all. My name is Quinn Dietline. Happy to host this morning's conversation and awards. This is the Salt Lake Chamber's 2020 annual meeting, and we're excited that you're here with us. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining us. The annual meeting is important. It provides us the opportunity to recognize several of our volunteers and community leaders, and each and every one of these people and organizations have made our community a better place, and we're thrilled to honor them today. First, just a couple housekeeping items. Thank you for remaining compliant with the COVID-19 guidelines. Thank you for observing physical distancing when you can, and when you're unable to, keeping your mask on. Thank you for looking at all the signs and paying attention to those. That the Aquarium has all sorts of fun, super creative signs dealing with sharks and other animals that are great reminders of ways that we can stay safer at this time. And then thank you when you leave for not doing the high fives and the fist bumps and all those things that I normally see you folks do. But we appreciate you keeping these things in mind. Today's theme is Adventure Awaits. And so for all you super professional folks who wore the corporate and tie and all that kind of stuff, I found my National Geographic t-shirt that I haven't worn in a while, because adventure does await, and the best kind, and so many fun things to look forward to. And just like with the Chamber, there are so many ways that we can have these great opportunities for networking and education and professional growth across the entire state. Before we begin, we'd like to recognize our sponsors, the folks that make these things happen. Today's major investors include Dominion Energy, Intermountain Healthcare, and Wells Fargo. Corporate investors are Rio Tinto Kennecott, Rocky Mountain Power, and WCF Insurance. We'd also like to give a warm thank you to the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium for hosting us. On behalf of the Chamber and all of our sponsors, we thank you for joining us as we recognize those who make a difference in our business community. Now, I'd like you all to please give a warm welcome to our outgoing Salt Lake Chamber Board Chair, Linda Wardell. By way of introduction, Linda is the general manager of City Creek Center, both in business and the community. She is an exceptional example of what servant leadership can achieve and how it inspires others. As chair of the Chamber, Linda made it her mission to tackle one of Utah's most pressing issues, which is the gender wage gap. Her efforts will ensure Utah has a fair and more equitable pay environment and that everyone has the same incentives and opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, Chair Linda Wardell.
Thanks, everyone. It's great to be with you this morning. I think I'm a little shorter than Quinn. And it's so great to take that mask off. For the past year, I have thoroughly enjoyed serving as the chair of the Salt Lake Chamber Board of Governors. But to be honest, I have really enjoyed my time overall with the Chamber since I moved here about 10 years ago. Since I moved here, the organization has been part of my growth in the community and at City Creek Center. While it has been more than 10 years, it's important to mention that the Chamber was vital to the launch of City Creek Center. You may remember that we were able to do some pretty innovative things for the 2012 launch of City Creek, like the billboards on the office buildings. Does anybody remember those? And we were able to actually create the Sky Bridge at City Creek Center because of the Chamber. Not only that, the business relationships and friendships that I've made through the Chamber could not have been made anywhere else. When you're part of the Chamber community, you are connected to the pulse of what is happening, not just in Salt Lake City, but in the entire state. This is part of the secret sauce in Utah. Through the Chamber, you know what is going on, and you always know someone who knows someone. for whatever your business might need. As business leaders, we all know how valuable a commodity that is, and I want to thank all of you for your involvement and willingness to help when asked. Lastly, a lot has happened over the last few months. I think that's a little bit of an understatement. So many things have happened over the last few months, including this week. And this time last year feels like such a lifetime ago. The Chamber's leadership through the pandemic has been unprecedented. I'd like to just pause for a second and give a round of applause to the entire Chamber team for everything that they've done to help us get through the pandemic. As a business leader, I can say that we are better poised to recover because of our state's leadership, and this strategy was largely influenced by the Salt Lake Chamber. If nothing else, the pandemic has reminded us all that by getting involved, each and every one of us can make a difference. No matter how long you've been a member, your journey with the Chamber has just begun. From serving on a Chamber committee to attending a networking event, there is truly a road for every Chamber member to take, and your engagement makes us better. As I look forward, I plan to continue to be involved with the Chamber. You're not getting rid of me, and to encourage you all to do the same. Thank you all so much.
Before Linda leaves the stage, thank you. President and CEO of the Salt Lake Chamber, Derrick Miller, has a token of gratitude before she leaves the stage.
Good morning, everyone. This is a remarkable side. I wish you could see what Linda and I see up here. Isn't this fun to see everyone here? And we love being together with you under unusual circumstances, but wonderful circumstances nonetheless, just to be together. Linda, thank you so much as well for your leadership as the Chamber Board Chair over the past year. I want to express our deep appreciation for your work. And we have here a plaque and an official board gavel, chair gavel right here, as well as some flowers as a token of our thanks. We're honored to have you serve as our chair over the past year and a dedicated member of the Chamber for many years. Grateful to hear that that will continue for many years to come. Thank you also for being a great leader for Utah's entire business community. The Chamber, me, on behalf of the entire team, we appreciate so much your time and your dedication. Thanks so much, Linda. I now have the opportunity and the pleasure to share a few remarks with you. Thank you again for joining us at the Chamber's annual meeting. Let me begin by stating the obvious. This is a year that will not soon be forgotten. Beginning with the most significant event, the Chamber has worked tirelessly to mitigate the economic consequences of this pandemic and to begin to plan for recovery. Many of you have contributed to that effort, and you continue to participate in leading these efforts. When the pandemic hit Utah just a little over 6 months ago, amid confusion and uncertainty, we developed a plan looking forward that we know now as Utah Leads Together. It included input from our best and brightest. It was the first comprehensive statewide plan of action introduced in the United States. This year, we were also able to bring the legacy KSL radio program, Speaking on Business, to the Chamber. Zions Bank graciously transferred the program to us, allowing the Chamber to magnify the voice of business across the state and to showcase our members who are leading efforts in adapting, innovating, and overcoming the challenges of the pandemic. The Chamber also created the Main Street Preservation Grant Program to sustain rural and minority-owned businesses. This would not have been possible without a very generous contribution of $500,000 from WCF Insurance. The short-term grants that were created through this program literally kept doors open for local businesses across the state while they awaited PPP loans and other federal assistance. Many recipients have shared with us their stories about how this was necessary for their survival. In conjunction with providing grant money to businesses, we also wanted to provide a durable framework of guidance that could carry our business community to a better normal. Towards this end, the Chamber launched the Stay Safe to Stay Open campaign. This campaign encourages businesses to take a pledge to follow 7 simple safety guidelines that were developed by the Utah Department of Health. And now this pledge has become the official seal of approval for the state of Utah. I hope that your business has already taken the pledge. If you haven't, please do so today by going to stayopenutah.com and signing up. Another initiative I want to tell you about is the Roadmap to Recovery. It's a coalition of business leaders that have come together to set mile markers for our journey back to economic prosperity. I believe that it is imperative for the business community to collect and analyze data that will help us to spell out and develop clear policy priorities that then the Chamber can advocate for and champion to our state, local, and federal leaders. All of these things that I've mentioned to you today have been new programs in 2020, born out of necessity from the pandemic. But I also want to assure you that the work of the Chamber has been unceasing and absolutely necessary amidst the challenges that we now face from both the pandemic and the related economic crisis. I also want to assure you that the traditional work of the Chamber has proceeded without interruption. Prior to the pandemic, the Chamber conducted the Clear the Air Challenge alongside our partners at UCare and TravelWise. It was our 11th challenge, and we received broad community support this year. Collectively, our participants eliminated over 97,500 trips, saved almost 1.6 million miles, and 476.4 tons of CO2 in just the 29 days that the challenge was ongoing. The Chamber also continued its focus on fostering the rural workforce network. Alongside our partners EDC Utah and the Department of Workforce Services, the Chamber issued a call to action to businesses to connect with job seekers who want to stay in their local communities and employers who offer remote work and believe in a distributed workforce. While this program began before the coronavirus, it has naturally accelerated a change in our workforce distribution. And because of that, this program has become more important than ever. We're pleased by all that has been accomplished this past year, and we recognize that without you, our members, none of it would have been possible. So thank you. We also want to recognize the important function the Chamber serves as the voice of business in Utah. And we have good things to report on this front as well. Our policy committees and government relations team had a very successful 2020 legislative session, where the legislature was supportive of Utah's economy and residents statewide who benefit from economic opportunity. Now, despite all the good things that are happening in our state, there is no doubt we still have very serious challenges ahead. One of those challenges is creating a business environment that fosters equality and inclusivity and opportunity. You're going to hear more about this from our current chair, Craig Wagstaff. I simply want to say this, that diversity and inclusion must be more than a slogan or even a movement. It must become a way of doing business and a way of life for all of us. Of course, the business community has a critical role and responsibility. And over the coming year, you will have many opportunities to lock arms with us at the Chamber in this effort. Despite the challenges that we face as a result of this pandemic, the good news for all of us is that the pioneer spirit that built Utah out of an inhospitable desert is still alive and well today. It is reflected in the work of the Chamber. It is reflected in the work of each one of your organizations, where our employees are not engaged simply in a job, but a mission. We're inspired by the importance of our work and sustained by your commitment to the cause. Yes, we are passing through a challenging time, but our history is one of overcoming even greater uncertainties and being strengthened in that process. Each day we get a little stronger, the future becomes a little clearer, and we know that a comeback has already begun. Thank you for your support of the Chamber and for your continued contributions to these many successes. Thank you all. Now let's turn our eye to the future and introduce you to the Salt Lake Chamber's new 2020-2021 board leadership. Board Chair Craig Wagstaff of Dominion Energy, Vice Chair Gary Porter of Deseret Management Corporation. Craig, will you please join me on the stage to say a few words?
Thank you, Derrick. I appreciate it very much. And good morning, everybody. I appreciate all of you being here today, and certainly want to commend our honorees today that will be presenting here shortly. So congratulations to you folks. But I'm thrilled, and you've heard our discussions in the previous board meetings we've had here as we talk about my focus for the upcoming year, as we, and Derrick alluded to this. I'd like to take a few minutes to speak about this initiative. And this initiative as board chair is a matter that has appropriately been on our minds, and the primary initiative that I'll be focusing on will be a diversity and inclusion. I know that many of you value diversity and inclusion and embrace differences, focusing on employees and their feelings and their sense of belongings within your workplaces, but we also appreciate and we want to capitalize on what you've been doing for the community, and we want to get that synergy and work together to make our community a better place to have better diversion and inclusion as we move forward. So during the last several months, the Chamber has dedicated much time and effort listening to our members and to the community in order to better understand what the current issues are and how we can best make a difference in this area. Thanks to each of you that have participated. It's been extremely valuable with your participation, and we've learned a great deal. Our objective here is that diversity and inclusion become more than just a movement. We must work together to ensure change that appropriately reflects the dynamic culture of Utah and continues to open opportunities for everyone. As we approach this initiative, we'll focus on 3 areas. The first being making sure that the board and the Board of Governors includes and listens to more diverse voices. Second of all, we want to provide educational opportunities for our members, making sure that they have the tools to accomplish the goals that you're seeking to improve in this area. And third, acting as a powerful voice in the community, we together will work closely as partners and to make a real difference to make our state a more welcoming and inclusive place and ensure our state is a place that businesses can recruit and maintain the best talent. The community has a critical role and responsibility in this effort, and for this reason, we have convened a series of lunch discussions around the subject that we plan to expand to the broader community. Additionally, as I announced earlier this week, we will be forming a diversity council within the Chamber whose members will work to ensure these issues are focused on and that we develop diversity and a belonging toolkit as one of our projects that we will all benefit from. The council will advise the board and the Board of Governors and also to make sure that we are more intentional, more thoughtful, and more inclusive in all of our work. The council will partnership with individuals, not only the members and the board, but also many members or individuals within our community that we feel we need to enhance our partnerships with. We'll utilize existing resources such as Utah Community Builders to promote social responsibility with the businesses, and we are in a position, as Derrick indicated, to make a real difference here. Our goal is not just to check a box here. Our goal here is to really make a difference in the community, and I look forward to working with all of you as we work together to do this. Thank you.
Thank you, Craig. Exciting stuff for the future. We now turn to the awards. Every year, it is a real challenge to review the nominations and only select a few chamber champions from this long list of dedicated volunteers and supporters. So to begin with, please welcome to the stage the Chamber 2020 Chamber Champion, Lloyd Allen of CBRE. That was the gesture of recognition from Lloyd. Everything's going to be good. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 2020 Chamber Champion Michael Hanson of Zions Bank. We thought that instead of a picture with Craig and Derrick, that we'd get it with the Sharks this year, something more entertaining and interesting. Please welcome 2020 Chamber Champion Juanita Mesca of Deseret Digital Media. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2020 Chamber Champion, Sean Newell of Industrial Supply Company. Please welcome to the stage 2020 Chamber Champion, Craig Weston of Blue Novus Care. Craig lives on the edge, everybody. Now, representing the Partner of the Year Awards, we'll honor outstanding community and corporate partners. To begin, please welcome Dean Taylor Randall, representing the David Eccles School of Business at the University of Utah, the Salt Lake Chamber's Community Partner of the Year. Please welcome to the stage Aubriana Martindale, representing Smith's Food and Drug, the Salt Lake Chamber's Corporate Partner of the Year. Aubriana was kind enough to let me know that I forgot one of the ambassadors here. I can't tell who. It's Rebecca, but I'd like to know Rebecca, come to the stage. Rebecca Dutson, there she is, from the Children's Place. This is important. I apologize. Thank you. Thank you again. That's 2020 Chamber Champion Rebecca Dutson of the Children's Place. Thank you. All right, moving along here. Please welcome Catherine Garf of Success in Education, the Salt Lake Chamber Board Chairs Initiative Award. And last, please welcome Mr. Scott Parson of Staker Parson Materials and Companies to receive the Salt Lake Chamber President's Award for Excellence honoree. It does your heart good to see all these incredible people and organizations who are reaching out and truly making all of our lives a better place. And it's fun to get together and see the faces of people that we've known and loved over the years, and the Chamber's given us an incredible opportunity to do that. Please watch for more information on these honorees. Today, as you go home, you'll receive information on the Chamber's website, social media, and on emails. We'd like to say thank you again to our general sponsors, to all of our generous sponsors, all of you, and all of our members for attending today. We commend you for the work that you do and the contributions that you make to this great state. Finally, there's about a third of you who have stayed solely for this reason, and that is to announce the winners for the Never Stop Exploring opportunity drawings that were just over here. Maybe it's half. We'll find out here in a minute, but we hope you were able to turn in your business card, fill out some information as you were visiting this year's honorees. So to begin, these are some wonderful opportunity drawings. Number one, it is actually, I don't know how to do this. I'm just reading this thing. We're going to get the drawing here. That'll be easier. I was just going to call names of people I know, but that's what I normally do, but it's just not it's apparently not the right choice. And so, best mask? There have been some creative masks. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jackie Sexton, who's put a heart, blood, and tears into this event. And all of us think she's our best friend.
I am. All right, well, here we go.
All right, for a $100 Snowberg gift certificate, Skylar Richards. Skylar? Just come up and chat with Jackie afterwards. Tom Richter, you've just won 4 tickets to Hell Center Theater along with dinner. He works with Jan Pro, but I promise his wife will be happy. All right, I love this one. This is a wilderness trout adventure for 2 people. Gayla Allen. This next one, to hype it up for the moment that we have, an overnight stay at the Grand America Hotel and dinner at Walter's Osteria. Oh. That is Quinn Dietlein, everybody. Also known as Marion Never Summer. She works for Marion. Never so. At the Hilton. That is appropriate. You can go and use those blue lights, make sure everything's getting cleaned up like you're supposed to. Okay, next, a sunset ride with Big Iron Tours in Moab for 2 people. I hope that was Judy's voice that I heard. Ladies and gentlemen, Judy Colon. Next is a really, really cool deal. I had the opportunity to do this. It's a penguin encounter at the Living Planet Aquarium. Has anyone here done that penguin encounter? Raise your hand high if you've done that. Just a couple. It's an amazing thing. They've rescued some incredible animals. You learn about that a little bit. You get to go to this. Smith's Grocery probably supplies them all sorts of vegetables and whatnot, but you have this really unique opportunity with the animals, all but jumping in with the sharks. It's a neat thing. That's going to Abby Ivory. I think is there an Ivory here? Abby Ivory? Do you have to be present to win is the question. Too bad, Abby. Abby, I hope you're watching this from home. This one's exciting because there is actually nothing written on it. Also. This one's legit. Ladies and gentlemen, Lauren Frisch. So take nieces and nephews, things like that. It's a really cool thing. I love it. All right, last is the Neptune Divers Try Scuba package, also not happening in the Shark Tank. But this is for 3 people at Neptune Divers. Lloyd Allen at CBRE. That's it, folks. Let the depression set in. That's all you get. Thank you all for joining us. Before you go, we invite you to stick around for just a moment longer, tour the facilities. You'll see some stuff that'll make you want to bring some people back. Thank you again to the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium. Thank you to Waiting for James to playing music out front. And have a wonderful day. Thank you, everybody. Adventure awaits. Have a good day. Bye-bye.